Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
I can't hear you, though.
Okay. What is going on?
Oh, hold
All
on.
right, is that better? Hello? All right, folks, we are going to go into our waiting room while we figure this out. Be right back. All right, we are back, folks. Thank you so much for hanging on. We experienced a little bit of technical difficulties, actually on both our sides, which is very weird. I think Discord may just be having a hiccup today. But no matter. Let's continue on where we were at. And I do apologize. Where were we?
So we have covers and spread. We know that those these, I'm going to box these off because they will not contribute to our page count. We know that we are going to have a character sheet. And we know that I think we should include the cat sheet, like modify it, but like include it.
Honestly, yeah. Of all the stuff that's come out of Vault Peddlers, the cat sheet is by far the single biggest, what's the word I'm looking for? Single biggest success. Like,
yeah,
that thing is absolutely just killed everyone.
It pretty unequivocally kicks ass.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So give me that list one more time. So we have cover,
inner spread, and then character sheet and cat sheet. So the only thing that will contribute to our page count in those is the character sheet and the cat sheet, and that will be one spread. So 2 pages. So we are currently out of.
So we have 18 pages for the inner spread.
So 18 pages. We are going to want a linkable. We're also going to want a table of contents, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Linkable table of contents. That's 3 pages. And then we will want conceit, right? We'll want like the opening pitch and conceit of the game, which here's what I'm wondering. Should we, like, when we're writing things, should we modify our expectations from 1 page to 2 page? Because character sheet, cat sheet, table of contents, those can all be 1 page. We know we can do that.
Yeah.
But everything else, well, table of content might be too, honestly. Well, no.
On a short thing like this, we'll bring it down to 1. I don't want to spend more than that on a table of contents.
That being said, I think we should anticipate double the page count for anything that we are going to do, right? Like, it is a 6x9 book. If we have more room to throw in tables, great. But if we don't account for it, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
So let's start there. We'll go conceit, and that is 4 and 5. So already we're a quarter of the way full.
Okay, so do you want the table of contents before or after the opening, or the table of... sorry. Which is first, table of contents or the opening pitch?
The table of contents.
Okay, so cover, table of contents, opening pitch and conceit, and then we move into the inner spread.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
No, actually, I'm thinking like cover, when you open the book, cover, like front cover, open the book, inner spread, space stuff. Maybe a fucking Carl Sagan quote in there, who knows. Flip that over. You know what? It probably doesn't help that I have this written in. I was just doing page count stuff. So we'll do cover, spread, table of contents. That is 1 page. And over here, I'm going to write, because character sheet and cat sheet, we'll put it at the back, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So, cat. We will do those as 19 and 20. So in table of contents, we will have C. Beignet, you are a beautiful dog, and don't let anyone tell you different.
Oh, she wasn't gonna.
Okay, So back to that 5. Here's another question. Should we have a page describing the character sheet and the cat sheet and how to use them? We should probably have a page for each, right?
So I actually think we should take a page out of the Vault Peddler's book for this. And I really loved the way that we had the sheet and then had like little boxes and arrows pointing to each section saying what they're for. I think that's a really clean way to make it so that you can have everything on one sheet.
So my only issue with doing that is we are going to have one page of the character sheet with like boxes pointing to it, right? Mm-hmm. And then we'll have to have another page for a character sheet. So that means that we're going explanation.
Would that need to be the one without explanation? Would that need to be in the book? Couldn't we just publish that as a secondary thing?
I think by the rules of PocketQuest, it has to be like one.
Oh, it has to be in there. Okay, yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Then yeah, for each of these sheets, we should accommodate 2 pages each. One to explain, one to have the actual sheet.
So.
And I'm sorry, did you say those do count into our total thing?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Does the opening pitch? Does the table of contents?
Yeah. Once we're past, as far as I understand, once we're past this covers and spread, like we are now tangentially we're in the book, right? So table of contents, I think counts. Conceit counts. Character sheet. We'll check on table of contents rules wise if that counts, but. Let's include it for now, because if we gain a page after this, great. If not, not accounting for it would suck. So that brings us to 7 pages. Okay. So
no, I have us 5 pages in.
Well, we have 2 pages for the character sheet, 2 pages for the cats each. That's 4.
Oh, I wasn't counting the sheets at the end of the book. Okay, yeah.
Okay. How many pages do you think we can? Let's take a look at the mechanics section of our game.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. We can find ways, I think, to condense stuff down. I think right now we need to stick it to just like an overall high level view, and then we'll go into individual sections. Yeah. So, like, for example, I think opening pitch and conceit, 1 page. After that is 1 page briefly explaining mechanics, like how to play.
Should we go character creation first?
Do you think? I know most books typically give an overview of how to play before they do anything else. I don't know if we're doing such a small book if it makes sense.
Viable. And here's the other thing: we want to leave white space.
Yeah. Then tell you what, let's do character creation. I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. So, how many pages do we want to allocate for character creation? I think 2 or 3 is like conservative.
Then we will call it 3.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. Character creation is going to be something that you inherently revisit, right? By the nature of the game, death being like just creating essentially what is another character, because you're realigning you're realigning pips all the time, right?
Yeah.
So it is fairly integral. So we will call that 4 through 6. Character creation. Go on.
Okay, so sorry. The cover, is that listed as 1 or is that listed as 0?
0. Cover and spread don't count towards it, or at least that's what the rules of a Pocket Quest that I glanced over said.
Okay, gotcha. So then, if we're counting it, table of contents is 1, opening pitch is 2, character creation is 3, 4, and 5.
Oh, I had our conceit going 2 and 3, 2 pages.
Oh, I had that listed as just 1. Do you want to give us 2 for that?
Well, here's what I'm saying. Let's over. I would rather go over and then trim down than go under and squeeze everything in.
Yeah. Okay.
So character creation 4, 5, and 6. I think that's fairly reasonable for our character creation. Do you think that we should allot an extra page for that, or do you think that 3 pages is suitable?
I mean, it's really tough to say because we don't have character creation really, like, we don't know what it looks like yet. That being said, if we give ourselves 3 pages, we'll just have to make it fit in 3 pages. I don't know. Probably let's go with your initial thing here and give ourselves 4 just to be safe.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so
so that means base mechanics. I think that base mechanics have to be. I was gonna say, what do you 5 pages?
I mean, that's the rest of the book, right?
5 will put us at 13, which gives us 4 more pages.
Okay, and that would be used for, like, exploration tables and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, yeah. I think that probably it's a 5.
And then
15 exploration tables.
Because we'll have to cover, like, do you think in that 5 pages we can cover the mechanic? Because like, your character evolution, right? That is a part of the base mechanic, right? That is pretty integrally tied in. So I think we're including that in the mechanics of 5 pages.
I think we need to remove the word base here. I think all the mechanics need to be covered in 5.
Okay. Then I'll tell you what we should do. We should call it 6 pages and then allot 3 pages for tables.
Okay.
Because, and here's the thing, I think that we should make more tables than that. And we should have the goal of including them by trimming things down, right? Obviously this is going to be tight, and this is the challenge, right? This is
yeah.
This is what makes this hard. We need to double check table of contents and make sure that because if that's not included, that leaves us an extra page, which great.
Well, to be clear, actually, we can't even do. It would have to be 1 page for all of the tables, right?
15, 16. Oh yeah, 16. It would be one spread.
Yeah, 2-page things because we need 4 for the character sheet stuff.
Yeah.
Unless, I mean, do you want to have explanations included in mechanics or somewhere in character creation? I could see potentially doing that, assuming we have the space.
Sure. I mean, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. What I will also add is we'll be able to add more tables than usual because this is a D4 system. My plan is to have everything centered around rolling a D4, which just by definition is a shorter, smaller table.
Yeah. In that case, then, fine. Yeah, let's not allot explanation for them. But I think what that means is that buys us tables 16. Do you think that buys us because we're putting that information into the mechanics section? Should we add an extra page to tables 16, 17, and just a page and a half for tables?
I honestly, I guess that's going to depend on what like tables we're looking at. Adding a half a page feels weird. So I don't know there. I don't think we're going to have an answer to that until we have the stuff in front of us.
Yeah. Well, let's just keep it like that for right now.
Yep.
And then I think the first thing that we need to get done on your side of things is get like the basic conceit, because once we get that basic conceit written, then we have the tone established for the rest of the writing in the book as well.
Yeah.
And I will start generating like some spreads that we can use. I have a couple of ideas. Let's look over the Pocket Quest Q&A.
Yeah.
Pocket Quest. Whoa. Oh, probably because it's my computer.
What?
Pocket Quest 2023 episode 1. First thing that comes up is our YouTube. But I was like, that's probably because it's my computer.
I was gonna say, check it on incognito mode. That's what we do at work.
Been poisoned by my desire to do Well, hey, dog. Even on incognito mode, yeah.
Let me check.
Can't be right.
Let me check on my end. Hang on. What'd you type in?
Yeah, Pocket Quest 2023. That can't be right.
I have DriveThruRPG, a Reddit thread, Independent Games Festival, Patreon, Twitter. Yeah, no, we're not on here.
I wonder why, even on incognito. Well, we gotta check the validity of the incognito mode thing.
I mean, that's something we do at our work. It's a professional technique. My assumption would be that it has to do with some kind of a setting you have on your computer. I can't say, but I can attest to that does work. Like that is typically something that should remove most of your stuff. You may need to like delete your cache or like your history or something like that. I don't know.
Alright, order confirmation. Confirm order. Processing order. I would like to download a starter kit. No, the starter kit is just... Damn it. We can't open this file. Great.
Awesome.
That's very helpful. Tell you what, I won't even... let's just find the rules. Dun dun. Cancel. Get the fuck out of here. Download. I know this is riveting content, everyone.
Yeah, while Corey's doing that, I'm gonna be responsible for once and just let you guys know, hi, thank you so much for joining the stream. I'm Taylor, that's Corey, we're both halves of TGS Games. Every week we sit down on Wednesday nights to typically make our own game called Vault Peddlers. We're actually taking a brief break from that right now to work on PocketQuest 2023's annual game jam, where you make a TTRPG game over the course of a couple of months. Right now we're just neck deep in the really high pressure, high velocity talks of book layout and font and tone. But we are in the process of making a game called God in a Corpse, which is basically an idea. It's a game set in a world in which you play as AIs that were trained in a shell and then released out into a desolate world that was long since destroyed. And now you just kind of have to figure out, as an AI, what you want to do. It's a game that we didn't necessarily write it this way, but is approaching a lot of kind of timely questions about AI and the role of AI and what does a computer want when it has just fully automated artificial intelligence. So it's a game that I'm very excited about. It's something that combines a lot of our distinct interests to it. And it's something that I'm learning a lot about how to use Google Docs for. To create an appropriate word spread, and yeah. Sorry, finishing up the responsible stuff. You can follow us at Terramundi Game Studios on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. You can follow this stream, which if you want to subscribe, it helps out our channel a ton. We stream here every week. Eventually we're going to start streaming on Tuesdays again, I'm sure at some point. Right now we're in the process of playtesting our current edition of Vault Peddlers, but once we gather enough data on that to move forward, I'm sure we'll be back to doing our fun weekly art streams and music streams on Tuesday nights as well. Okay, I've run out of things to say. Are you good?
Well, so here's the thing.
Yeah.
All it says is, I have another question, and the question is, do my cover and back cover count as the 20-page limit? If your cover and back cover do not include game rules on them, they do not have to count towards your 20-page limit. So this tells me one of two things. Mm-hmm. Either no page without rule, without information on them, do not count. So art pages do not count, or it is specifically citing the cover. So I'm gonna email them.
Yeah.
And ask, just because I want clarification. I want to be a good boy and follow the rules.
I mean, to be clear, if we don't follow the rules, are these entered in some kind of a contest, or what's?
So they kind of promote them on their website, which is cool. Yeah, well, that's cool. So I'd like to, yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say it's not the end of the world if we make a 21-page book, but I mean, it would be nice to get that promotion.
And end of the day, I like the one thing that appeals to me about this is constraints. Operating within the rule set means that we got to flex different muscles than we're used to flexing.
Yeah.
Which is probably good. I'll email them just to clarify some of that information. But that is our idea there. Now we could go to DeFont and start looking at fonts, or we could talk about what tables you want to do.
DeFont.
You want to do DeFont?
Yeah, you know what? I mean, I think that makes more sense talking about our existing conversations with like layout, book, tone, all that stuff. So let's try and knock all these things out. I think that makes sense.
Oh, we're going to. Here's the thing about Defont. It's a great website, but I can never find the search function that Adele. Not that Adele. Sorry, that's a dude I work with. That fucking. L sent me once in a chat on Twitch. For some reason, cannot find it, but there is a way to search Defont by like free or all kinds of things. I can find the link he sent me 2 years ago. Here it is. Okay. Let me. I'm gonna change my screen share, Taylor. Because yeah, we're gonna change Windows to Defont live. Cool. Okay. So the cool thing is we can go.
For anybody watching the stream right now, I apologize for how shaky it is. I will fix momentarily.
Sorry, everyone. It's
a me.
Mario. Madario. And we are going to go by more options, and we want to do 100% free public domain GPL OFL.
Absolutely,
because
yes.
we
are broke.
Because there ain't a lot of money in the TTRPG. So this is going to give us like, let's focus on like title font first, because that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Obviously, Ring is the one we want.
Sorry, which one is
Dreamies? This one where my cursor's on. This is the one, right?
Oh yeah, no, the one that looks like a 5-year-old. No, honestly, actually, go back up to the very top. So like that one up at the very first one there. I can't read what the title of it is, but like I could actually weirdly see that looking almost like spray painted in gold over the image of that, like the astronaut with the big yellow like halo around his head. Like I don't want to go with it because I don't think narratively it really fits what we're trying to do, but definitely, I don't know. I can definitely see something. I definitely want something that's very bold. Like, I want like a title. I want a font that stands out as much as the title. Like, God in a Corpse absolutely rips as a name. And I want a... Yeah, I want something that's going to reflect that.
Yeah. That's Super Mario 85. I mean, obviously 2 Super Mario, but something like that could work. I don't like something too scripty. I don't want to piss off. I don't mind something like, maybe that's too loud, but like, these guys are crazy, and I don't like. They feel futury.
Yeah, I mean, I want
guess
something.
That's
Yeah, well, and this is like a larger font question. I really like having some kind of a text that is reflective of something that is reflective of like an AI, like something that looks futuristic and something that looks like, the thoughts that a computer would have.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, there's DOS fonts and machine fonts and stuff like that, which, like, would be the obvious choice there.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, because there's a level of mysticism, too, like, tied into, like, the use of sigils and stuff like that. Why I'm including those things is the idea of, like, a sufficiently advanced enough technology is indiscernible for a magic kind of concept, which is like kind of worked its way into like the sigil over the dude's head. I don't mind going that route. I also think like we have like they're in astronaut suits, right? Like there is a level of like NASA punk kind of ideology that like we could also include that like texts like prefectures or Strano or enfolding here. Like I think that those kind of embody that idea. Like it is futuristic. And I don't know if like that's something we want to sell, or do we want to sell the machine font? These are the questions that we are asking, right?
Yeah. God, I hate how challenging this becomes because it's like an impressionist painting. Like you don't really understand, or maybe it's the opposite of an impressionist painting. Like it looks easy until you look at it up close.
Dude, font is a nightmare.
Yeah, font sucks.
It's like all of these blow.
Yeah, I'm not into
this one. Just says Hawk. This one says Hawk, which
Hawk.
which isn't what I typed, but was bold of them to decide.
I like the idea that every button you press just says Hawk. And that's Hawk. Yeah.
These are two Art Nouveau, too bubbly, Corpse, too scripty. I like these toast gentlemen. I don't think we could go. This one looks like goo in a corpse, which is like
perfect.
Like look at the fucking kerning on these. Like I understand they're trying to be artistic, but like that is illegible. Cacao. What? Yeah. What are you doing there? Not only is it illegible, that like the kerning is inconsistent, which is insane. If anyone wants like I think it looks like shit, but like there is something to be said about the simplicity of recorded history.
Is that the very top one, or?
Yeah.
I mean, it's so light, I can barely see it. Like, maybe it'll look better on a dark blue background. I don't know.
And that's another thing. Do we want the monochromatic to be the cover as well? Because I could see a situation in which it's like white and black on the cover, and then you open and it's that monochromatic, like picturing like a print book.
Yeah.
But I'm not that I'm pitching that necessarily.
I'm not gonna lie. I really want your Halo astronaut to be the cover. Unless you come up with something that is just objectively better, that makes such a badass cover for a game. It's like that's the context that I'm framing at least this title font in reference to. But I don't know how you feel about that.
Yes. They're going to be able to see it particularly well. But I kind of like the idea of going closer with it for like the cover. of like just the head like in the astronaut helmet with like God in a corpse over it. And having that be the cover. I could also see a reality in which it is just the font on the cover.
Yeah.
So I'm not against having the astronaut, the first picture I drew. I like the idea of having like a close-up of a skull, just because skulls are going to be like so predominant in this book.
Yeah, for sure.
Having like one straight up, and like I kind of had this idea of like maybe like a head with like a planet floating around it or something, something in orbit around it, or just the skull on the astronaut helmet could also work. But yeah, I mean like either way we cut it, like I think one of those two or just the text would be nice. There's something understated about just the text that like I think fits the book, but it also is like inherently less exciting, right?
Right. I think that that's honestly what I'm struggling with the most is like, I think that we've got just something that is really strong and really good, and I don't want to see that go to waste on what could be what I think a really solid like visually compelling book. I don't disagree with you that it's often overlooked, like how just plain text can make an impression on a book. That being said, the cover is the thing that makes somebody pick up a book. Like, the only other thing is if I've heard it like referred by like a friend, right? Other than that, if I'm shopping around, the thing that makes me pick up a book is the cover. And I feel like that image that we have, or, you know, if we've got another image, I would like to have some kind of an image on the front.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's like that dark navy blue, like, and like an astrogation chart, right? Like just like planets spiraling like out like that, and then just like the gold glowing font, God in a corpse. Because I picked that the fuck up.
Yeah.
But I'm also like a pervert for space. So if I see a star map, I'm like, ooh. But like, and maybe it's like we could also do something like panned out. Like we had the idea of like the astronauts kind of like floating to travel just through the different stars, like just like 3 popsicles floating through space, like panned out might be cool.
Yeah.
We have options is the thing, and like I'm gonna be I'll draw a bunch of these anyways, because like reasonably anything we don't use can be used in the book or be used like as a spread, right? So if like we do that astrogation chart and decide don't like that for a cover, boom, that's your spread, baby. You put your fucking quote in there, call it a day. What's up? So none of this is going to be wasted. I think that these are good conversations.
Yeah.
I like, so let's I'm going to write down, what are we calling? Do you have a name? Name that piece. Name my piece. Actually, I called him Alchemical Skeleton.
Oh, yeah. Then there you go.
That's what I called the file. But name him, Taylor. Name the gentleman.
That is...
At? Oh, I thought you said at, like the at symbol.
Well, now I'm rethinking all kinds of things. That is Greta. No, Greta? Don't like it. I don't know if I like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you were to have that in this book, our book, God in a Corpse, and you had to like give advice for naming an AI corpse construct, what would you do for a naming convention, given the tone that we have established?
Yeah, so Initially, so when I think of this stuff, I definitely think of stuff like Ridley Scott. I think of stuff. I think of stuff kind of like The Matrix. I think of stuff that is like Isaac Asimov. I think of like a weird central tie to a lot of those things is like weirdly biblical themes. So I could totally see like an AI named Adam, like almost seems cliche to a certain extent. I
think it's getting though. I mean, you have like the biblical structure of our game.
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe it's an acronym, all capital letters, Adam standing for something. I mean, that's also a cliche.
Yeah, like I was gonna go the same. Like I was like thinking like LV420, LV426. Like, is there like a Leviathan that we could spell out like that? Like, Ooh.
What's up?
I just thought of like neat ideas of like questions that you can prompt the group with, like what's at the center of the universe kind of things, that could give the like based on the idea of Leviathan, like what is at the center of the universe based on your time in the shell, and like you describe kind of like the cosmology. I don't think it's necessarily something we need to include, but I just thought it was a neat idea.
Okay. So we're gonna get rid of all that.
Dark. That's a little too Farscape. Don't hate
so
Glitch Goblin. That can actually work.
Yeah, is that the first or the second one?
Third one, actually.
Oh, yeah, I could kind of see that.
Right? Like it's like interference in the.
Well, it's a text that's set loose off of the rails, right? Like which is very much like our AI characters. So I actually really don't hate that at all. That actually works pretty well.
Obviously, this would just be title font.
Yeah.
Okay. See if we catch anything. I know that this is riveting content there.
Riveting content. This is what they want us for. Okay.
What the fuck is coconut?
Thank you. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Why would you make that? Why would you make that font?
Look at all of these. What the fuck? I don't know what any of these are.
They're free for a reason. And like, if we wanted to go that like Morkborg kind of punk aesthetic, we could do something like Yakin, but I don't think we want to go that aesthetic, right? Like, we're staying away from that.
So hang on, you're gonna need to help me here because I can't see the titles of these things.
Yeah, I got you, dog.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, so that's more Morkborg. I don't hate the one below it though.
Like, it feels very hard sci-fi. It's got that kind of
yeah.
That like expanse sort of vibe to it.
Yeah.
So I will write that one down as well.
Yeah. No, go into what I was saying. Go into what I was saying before. That one that you pointed out right there at the top. That is,
yeah,
like that spray painted in gold big bold look.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking of. Goo and a corpse.
The rainbow's one. Goo and a corpse.
Jesus.
I mean, like...
God, so many brush fonts.
Yeah, I mean, they're easy to make. I say that. I shouldn't say that. Making fonts is hard. I'm sure all of them are difficult to compose, no matter how...
God and a
No one
corpsey.
can read you.
God and a corpsey.
Corpsey. Yeah, no, I was about to say, nobody can read you, Punk is dead. Punk is dead, maybe it died for a reason. And that's coming from a punk.
Yeah. We're allowed to say it.
Yeah. All these suck!
Yeah. They don't suck. They're just not what we need at all.
Yeah. What I need...
I'm sure they're good for someone.
They aren't. You know, it is an ancient park.
Bad-
Isn't good for anyone.
Bad in a corpse. Okay.
Bad in a corpse.
That
I mean,
that looks like a
different
fucking
game.
A. Who writes?
Welcome to Trash and Fonts.
Jesus. I know I just said there's not bad fonts, it's just ones that aren't good for us. But that's an objectively bad font.
Just there's no bad fonts, just bad owners. I like this fucking Need for Speed. Fucking
Right?
big boy.
I want to write a whole. I'm gonna write a whole document using that Need for Speed font. The whole document looks like that. It's gonna be fucking illegible.
Fucking all of this is garbage. I don't know. I'm hoping that there's treasure in here somewhere.
I mean, there is. It's just you gotta wade through all the trash. I don't actually hate
What about
that.
this Christmas one? The Christmas one?
Wait, is that a Christmas thing? Oh my god, it
the
is a
gingerbread
Christmas
man
thing.
in it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was the Christmas one you liked.
It was the Christmas one. Yeah, cool. I don't hate the one under the Christmas one. That also looks decent.
Yeah, I don't know. Too rounded, I think.
Yeah. Hey, have you
I-
ever looked at
I
a
kinda-
word so long that it no longer has meaning? Because that's what's
Oh, yeah.
happening. That's what's happening with me and Corpse right now. I'm second guessing if that's actually how the word is spelled, and then I started guessing if it's an actual word or not, or if we made it up.
I'm glad we've reached this point.
Yeah. Sorry, these are just thoughts that you have as a writer literally all the fucking time.
Let's give this a few more pages.
Yeah.
What about this, like, big bowl? What about these big I don't think this is it, but dude, something satisfying about those fat-ass letters.
Thick boys.
Thick boys. What about
Thick
this? Oh, dude, we
boys.
should have the one with the bomb. Let's have the narco one.
Oh,
Show
that's
people that like to
dope.
party.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then they'll know.
And then they'll know that we party. Like dream.
Wow, holy shit.
That would be bold.
All right.
God, man. Sliding doors, man. I mean, maybe it is that we take, like, God, all these fucking blow.
Yeah.
It's right.
That one's wild. What the fuck? What? No, go up to that fucking first one. Get the fuck out of here.
You hate that?
Are you serious?
What if we did puppy dogs?
No, I'm good.
What if we did a little kitty cat?
Little kitty cat?
Yeah, I don't know. None of these. I'm gonna give 2 more pages.
Yeah.
Fuck, that knife one, dude. That's sick.
Knife.
Suck. Kilby is almost there if the art didn't look like shit.
Yeah.
Kitty cat. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, none of these are...
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Godzilla,
All right.
how about this? Godzilla in a corpse.
Now there's a fucking game. That's... Ooh, man. That's Game Jam for 2024.
This bad boy?
Okay.
And I like this one better.
Yeah, between the two of them, I like that one better for what we're trying to do. I think that makes a lot more sense.
Alright, so we will use the font
squiggly robot.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it will only work because we won't be using special characters or anything like that. Well, God in a Corpse looks fine in that font. If we were to do anything else, I think it would probably not work.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we will need beyond this is we will need probably a serif font for headers, and then a sans serif font for headers, and then a serif font for. Should we keep doing this?
Yeah, we can keep going for a little bit longer.
Fuck it, it's just us here.
I was gonna say, there's no way anyone is still watching this. It doesn't matter.
Well, I'm gonna leave. Gentlemen, it's been nice watching you talk about fonts, but...
Okay.
We can search by. Let's find our serif font. Okay. Let's give me some body text that we could reasonably see. Some rules text.
Hang on a second. Can you say that again?
Give me some rules text that I can put in here.
Sure. Hang on one sec. Let me send you the stuff I'm working on now. There you go.
Yeah, I got barbecue sauce on my shirt. Good. Carry on my wayward son.
Sorry, I actually like that song.
Have you ever seen Guar perform it?
No, but now I really want to, though.
Well, let me tell you, you can. During I forget I forgot what channel it was where they do they have the list of songs and bands come in and do covers, and then they eliminate the song off the list once they do a cover. So the longer the bands wait to come in, they have less to choose from.
Oh, isn't that AV Club?
Yeah, it's an AV Club thing. I forgot the name of the actual thing.
Yeah, hell yeah. No, I used to be obsessed with that thing. I love that. Did Guar do Carry On My Wayward Son? Holy
yeah, so Guar came in, and they were the last band, and all that was left was Kansas. And he was fucking odorous Odorous like trashes it at first because he's like, well, it's like during that era of band, they're all fucking dressed to the gills, and he's like, it's during that era of bands when like everyone would name their bands after like a geographical location, like Asia or Boston. So they crush it though. Like
yeah, it's
you
Guar.
often forget how I mean Guar's tight.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like, they're actually great musicians. They just don't take they just don't take shit seriously, and it's incredible. I'm listening to it now. Yes.
Okay. So the important thing here is that we have good kerning, that things are legible and easy to read.
I don't hate that one that you're hovering over.
Liberal.
Oh no.
I was.
Yeah, that one.
You were this guy, Spinward. That one strikes me better as a. We will. That one. It's so thick. I think it would be better as a like a heading. But I'm gonna highlight the both. Both of these are too bubbly, right?
Yeah, for sure. Get a load of that fucking Pippi Longstocking text. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's very good. Luckily, there's only 2 pages to choose from here.
Hang on, that one there. Fuck, I still can't read the names of these things.
Which one?
It's the very robotic-looking one at the top of the stream.
The Znickenkummet?
I think. Can you see my mouse? Can you see my mouse on stream?
Yeah, so the one underneath, the Vibrocentric.
Yeah, that could work.
So my issue here is the most important thing about this font, because this is going to be our main body font, is that it is legible and not like super artistic. Things that bother me about this font is that we're missing half the T.
Okay.
Another thing to watch out for with serifs that I've found is how certain letters interact. Because of how serifs work, sometimes like R's and T's will connect. And like you won't notice that right away because like until you download it and you're writing something and you're like, fuck, now this looks all crazy. Like Kelvish, like I like this font, but like I know this font because I've downloaded it. I think it's actually one that we used in Vault Peddlers. R's and T's and S's connect, and also something I fucking hate about this font is that fucking diamond on top of the I.
Oh wow, I didn't even notice that. Yeah.
I like Spinword. I think Spinword works. Liberation Serif, I think, the P's got a little too much italic to them. Obviously, it's the bottom one we want.
Very clear.
I don't hate this one.
Why? Oh my god. Sorry, which one?
This bad boy.
Oh, I like that.
It's got a little bit of that robotic feel to it. Like there's some hard edges on the C's. Class-based kerning in both standard and discretionary literatures. Decent. Esperanto word. Don't hate it. Is it too Roman?
Man, I feel very out of my wheelhouse right now. I don't know. I don't think it does. But I am really having trouble giving you a solid answer on this.
Well, and Taylor, that's fine because fucking again, I cannot tell you how many fucking building the Vault Peddlers book. I cannot tell you how long I spent searching for fonts until my eyes were goddamn bleeding. And I was just like, I fucking hate typography. It sucks.
Yeah, absolutely fair. Like I cannot express to you how happy I was to let you handle all of that. Let's see. Yeah, no, like my initial thing with all of this stuff is really just to go with whatever I think best suits the genre that we're trying to get. All of your technical knowledge about serifs, I don't know.
Do you want some recommended reading? It's super dry and not fun.
You know I don't. Of course I don't.
It's called The Elements of Typographic Style.
It upsets me so much that you would even ask me that. Like, you've known me for years.
There's nothing I want. There's nothing I want less in the world. Just a peek under the hood, though. This is the dumb shit I've learned for our stupid game.
I mean, I want you to know how much I appreciate it, because if you didn't do it, then our game would not exist, at least not the way that it does. But oh my fucking god, it's a whole new level of shit.
It's dry, right?
Yeah, it's like a whole new level of stuff that just like, it's not even, when I think about stuff I do for work, it's stuff that I don't really even like. Like, I almost have an opposition to it. And that leads me to want to learn more about it so that I can explain how much I just don't really like doing it. This is shit that flies so low it could not possibly be on my radar. I do not even think about this whatsoever.
The thing about typography, though, is like, it is the fucking language with which our writing is communicated.
Yeah.
And like, it is one of those things that is like, when it's fucking wrong,
you know it.
It's the only thing you notice.
Yeah.
Like, you can take a book that could otherwise be well laid out, good content, but if your typography sucks.
Yeah.
And it's like, sometimes it's just hard to read, right? Like, and that can be the issue.
Right. We actually, so like, we're having this issue on one of our websites for one of our clients. Like, they use this like light gray font on a white background, and it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? I can barely read this.
A nightmare.
Yeah, no, like just to reiterate, full respect for it. Like, I acknowledge that it's incredibly important. I just don't want to fucking learn that. I don't want to read that.
No. Yeah, I feel ya. Actually, this might work for, like, headers.
I could see that working as headers, yeah. Like, maybe an H2 or an H3, like... I would love it if our H1s and titles could be a little more reminiscent of the cover text. And I think that, like, the further down in the headers that you get, make them a little more, like, solid.
So, yeah, I mean, like, ideally the actual book fonts should be, we should have two fonts in the book. We should have, like, a serif and probably a sans serif, or like a sans serif that's like a little more bolded. And then from there, that's when we like, if we want to do like subtitles, like different levels of headers, we could do like, we can like do italicizations. We can like go to like thin or thick versions of the fonts, but too much gets messy.
Right.
And like, it's recommended to 3's kind of pushing it. But that being said, like any of these fonts we grab look like, you know, we have regular italics, bold italics, like, so we can do that. And like the beauty is like when you're talking about like headers and stuff, like we can have that like header font and then we can drop down and like take the bold off of it, right? And then like it's still within that same family. So it will still read as a header. I kind of like this because like what I don't like about it for body work, I think I do like about it for title work. The only thing that one thing that's throwing me off is how wide set that lowercase h is.
Yeah, it's straddling.
Yeah, yeah. She's a big girl.
Wide stance, sturdy.
This is the kind of header that you couldn't knock over with a broom. Okay, so I'm going to throw that down under the header section, and then let's just do right before we go, we're going to look at one more thing, which is we are going to look for sans serif. Sans serif, for anyone watching, these are the kinds of texts that you see in like magazine, right? Like that's where you're going to primarily see sans serif fonts, and they work really well for that. So they work pretty well for headers as well, for that same reason, because they're attention grabbing. So we want to do public domain free. So let's give me some header text. I guess like character creation or or give me the name of a section in our book. Do you?
Let's do character creation.
Okay.
So I think that's the most likely to show up.
Here's something we can both speak to, Taylor. Should you name the sections of your book in character, like in universe?
No. I will fucking come by with a goddamn spray bottle. Absolutely not.
Well, why not, Taylor?
Because people have to fucking read the book. If I have to deal with that goddamn Cyberpunk Red book one more fucking time, and all respect to, shit, what's his name?
Pondsmith.
Yeah.
Michael Pondsmith.
Yeah, all due respect to the Smith of Ponds, but holy fuck, man, your book. You can't find anything in it. It is one of the worst TTRPG books I've had to interact with on a regular basis. If you have skills in your game, the section for it should be fucking skills. If you have equipment in your game, the section should be called equipment. If you have character creation, it should be called character creation. And like, especially if you have a game with like a special mechanic that is unique to your game. For example, like luck points in Cyberpunk Red. You should have an easily identifiable section in your table of contents and in your index that points you to fucking luck points. I cannot stress this enough. It's one of the only administrative things like that I give a shit about when looking at a TTRPG book. But
it's important.
Yeah, I cannot stress it enough. Didn't realize I had that in me, but yeah. Really.
I mean, like, in defense of the Cyberpunk Red book, all of that shit aside, one thing that book does really well is it interlocks to itself really easily. So, like, you can, like, interlink. Everything's interlinked in that book really, really well. As a PDF, that's really, really nice.
Yeah.
That being said, the table of contents is useless and the index is not great. So
yeah, no, I mean it's so difficult to navigate.
It sucks.
Yeah.
And we've been playing it how long?
We've been playing it for more than a year. I mean, like we started this at least in, I think, spring of last year. So like it's not new or anything like that. This has been a long burning fire that we've had. What was I gonna say? Now on that note, like, you don't really come to appreciate that until you go from a book like Cyberpunk Reds to something that's actually pretty well organized and written. We just started a thing in Dungeon World, which, like, the book for that is, like, it's not fancy. It's nothing to write home about. But, like, it's really plainly laid out. And, like, I know where to find stuff in that book if I crack it open or whatever. Like, same thing in L5R. Like, it's a very stylized book that, like, I don't know, that communicates a setting really well. But at the same time, I know where to find skills in that book. I know where to find, like, rules for combat in that book. So yeah, it's something you don't appreciate as much until you've dealt with just a really badly formatted book. But very important.
It is very important. Okay, cool. I got some font ideas.
Okay. Oh wait, you got some font ideas. Like, are we done?
Yeah, I mean, done and not. I mean, these aren't locked in by any means, but I think this is a good starting place.
All right.
It's enough to get me, like, rolling. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, dope. Well, then, if that's the case, I think we're going to call the stream here for now. It seems like we've both got a lot of work ahead of us, so I'm going to go ahead and just sign off by saying thank you all again so much for watching. If you did just tune in, hi, my name's Taylor, that's Corey, we're both half of TGS Games. Our normal stream is dedicated to our new game Vault Peddlers, but we're taking a 2-month hiatus while we create God and a Corpse, which is our new Pocket Quest 2023 Game Jam little mini TTRPG all about AIs and space. We hope that you come and join us next week. Please feel free to give our channel a follow if you haven't already. It helps us out a ton. You can also find us on social media at Terramundi Game Studios on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And yeah, that being said, thank you all so much. Go eat a ham sandwich. Ham is bad on pizza. Have some pizza.
Kind of a, and, like, I'll just say something I think we can all get around. Just, like, kind of a sexy picture of Bernie Madoff. The guy who scammed everyone.
Oh, hello. Hang on. All of our stuff is frozen on the stream. I don't know how long it's been that way.
Oh shit.
Hang on. What the hell? Hang on. What in the world?
Yeah. It is frozen.
It is frozen. What is going on? All right. Well, anyways, sorry. We're just going to go ahead and call it there. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.